Palia offers a wide variety of furniture, decor, and design tools to create the home of your dreams. But it can be overwhelming to get started. As always, I'm here to help with some tips and tricks. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today I will be sharing 10 useful tips and tricks for designing your perfect home in Palia. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, let's start with my main suggestion for unlocking new furniture. There are many different ways to acquire unique items for decorating that we will cover throughout this video, but the main furniture sets are all craftable. You will first unlock some basic furniture recipes from Tish, which are part of the log cabin set, but further collections will become available as you level up furniture making. So make sure your focus bar is full when crafting furniture to level up quicker. The current furniture sets available are as follows: log cabin, homestead, kilima, ranch, industrial, capital chic, ravenwood, bellflower, moonstruck, and dragon tide. Once the recipes become available for purchase at Tish's guild shop, which is accessed by talking directly with Tish, you can actually just buy one single recipe from each set and then unlock all the other items in the series by crafting. Each time you finish crafting a new item at your crafting table, 3 thought bubbles with mystery items will display above your character's head. Pick one, and that's the next recipe you'll unlock. Rinse and repeat until you've unlocked the entire set. You can also purchase items from the different sets on the show floor at Tish's furniture store if you'd prefer to spend gold over using resources, but I find I'm always running out of money and much prefer crafting the items, especially to unlock the recipes so I can craft multiple of my favorite pieces. I do still enjoy visiting the furniture store to browse the available items, especially because it indicates which set each piece on display is from, so if there's a certain item I really want, then I know which series it's from, and I will prioritize crafting that series to try and unlock it. I would also like to add that you have unlimited storage for furniture and decor, so don't worry about crafting too many items and maxing out your storage when trying to unlock the sets. My next tip is to keep lots of gathered materials for crafting furniture and decorating. Of course, you will need a good supply of different types of wood and ore for making metal bars. You will also need plenty of fabric made from cotton you will have to grow, leather made from sernuk hide, chapa fur, and silk made from silk thread that you can find when catching bugs. You'll also need clay and stone, which can be processed into bricks along with glass and then light bulbs. So all these more basic supplies are probably more obvious to keep, but some things that may not be quite as obvious are forageables, like bright shrooms, briar daisies, emerald carpet moss, just to name a few. Some furniture items will even require produce, like wheat, carrots, and onions for crafting. You can purchase the materials you'll need for crafting across the various shops found around Kilima if that is your preference, but again, I would recommend collecting the materials yourself and saving your gold for things that are not craftable. I would also highly suggest keeping any seeds you find when chopping down trees to plant on your land as well. And don't forget, you can rotate trees before placing them, and they don't take any time to grow. Now, crafting is not the only way to obtain amazing furniture and decor pieces in Palia. So next, let's talk about different ways to collect even more unique items to use while you design. There are actually many skill-related furniture pieces available, so you'll want to be participating in a variety of activities around Palia. First of all, there's an entire set of furniture called the Makeshift set, available from waterlogged chests that can be reeled in when fishing, and currently these can be found in any fishing location. But fishing isn't the only skill to prioritize, because you will actually be able to get lots of unique items across all skills from their respective guild shops. These items are purchased with skill-specific medallions, which become available once you reach level 10 in each skill, at which point you will be able to collect the medallions from completing weekly accomplishments and further leveling up. I won't spoil the items for you, but there are a lot of unique wallpapers, flooring, and just really cool furniture items from most of the shops. So have a browse, see which ones you'd like to get the most, and then prioritize leveling up those skills. As a bonus, don't forget to complete the regular accomplishments too, because some of these will also unlock unique items. One of my personal favorites is the foraging basket. Next up, there are even more ways to acquire new furniture by spending your hard-earned gold, and also when completing quests. Zeki has a good amount of furniture to offer, at a price, of course. However, these items cannot be purchased from his general store, so here's a warning for spoilers ahead. Once you complete Zeki's quest called Wares in Low Places, you will unlock access to his underground black market, which is open from 6 o'clock p.m. to 3 o'clock a.m. in-game. Here, you can purchase a rotating selection of non-craftable items, like rugs and floor mats, bathroom items, and wall hangings. And these items all match the different craftable sets that we discussed earlier, which is really nice. There is also a static cash register here where you can purchase exclusive wallpapers. But that's not all. Zeki has even more furniture hidden up his sleeve. You have a chance to obtain many exclusive items from the Wondrous Machine found at Zeki's general store in Kilima Village. To use this machine, you will need lucky coins, which you will be given once per real-life day in the mail as a reward for purchasing something at the general store. So definitely remember to make even just a small purchase every real-life day. I usually buy a stack of 5 smoke bombs unless I need to stock up on ingredients for cooking. You can also collect exclusive furniture items from completing quests, including friendship quests with the villagers, and from events like the Magi Night Market. My next tip is to keep star quality items, including fish, bugs, and cooked dishes to display on your plot and in your home. Now, the way you decorate with these items is completely up to you. It can range from creating a full-blown aquarium, insectarium, or a dining hall, but you could also just add a few items here and there for special touches. Star quality food specifically is my favorite to decorate with because I feel like clutter items add a lot of personality to a space, and having actual food set out on your counters and tables will make your home feel more lived in. I'd also like to add that with the current Magi Night Market event, the food items for sale here have a random chance of being quality when you purchase them, so you might have to buy multiple in order to get one that you can display. Overall, with quality items, I would highly recommend keeping one of each, even if you don't think you'll use them to decorate right now, because you might change your mind in the future and you won't be able to place non-quality versions of the items. So now that you know about all these different ways to get nice furniture and unique items, you might want to decide on a layout for your house before starting to actually decorate. At least that's what I decided to do. I personally found it much easier to build all the rooms I wanted and decide on my layout before decorating. This gave me some direction with the different room types and themes that I needed to fill out. In order to purchase new rooms and add-ons for your house, you will have to pay a visit to City Hall. At the cash register here, you can purchase different sizes of rooms, porches, hallway sections, and fireplace add-ons. Once you purchase these and attach them to your house, you will have to supply some materials and wait a certain amount of time for them to be built. When the building is complete, you can move pieces around to decide on your layout and select what sort of windows and doorways you would like for each space. You can do all this from the overhead perspective, accessed by pressing H on your keyboard. I would highly recommend the fireplace edition. It makes any room extra cozy. I also think hallway sections are the most fun to work with. Sure, you could just use them as hallways, but you can also create all sorts of fun mini spaces with them. Reading nooks, pantries, closets, and bathrooms, just to name a few. Get creative with these mini hallway pieces. Do, however, keep in mind that currently you will be limited to 15 pieces for your house build. While fireplaces and porches do not appear to count towards this limit, hallways do. So don't go too hallway crazy, as tempting as it may be. You can also use the spaces around the outside of your house to create cozy little sitting areas, gardens, and more, depending on your layout. Next, let's talk about flooring and wallpaper, because these can dramatically change the look of your space. Most can be purchased at Tish's Furniture Shop from the cash register, but as I've previously mentioned, many can also be obtained in other ways, like from the guild shops, the black market, as quest rewards, from the Magi Market, and more. Now, sometimes it might seem like the price tag on them is a little high, but it's important to note that with the purchase of one wallpaper or flooring design, you have an unlimited number of uses for it. The item itself stays in your inventory, but you can place it on as many wall and floor sections as you would like. I really love this system because it gives you a lot of flexibility for placement. I personally really love creating feature walls in my rooms, and you can even use wallpaper on the outside of your house, along with wall hanging decor pieces to change up the exterior. And don't worry, if you change your mind, you can simply remove the wallpaper by entering the decor mode, hovering over the wall you'd like to change, and pressing G on your keyboard. Another tip I have for you is to customize the color palette of your furniture items for more variety. While not every item in the game can be modified to be different colors, many can be, including some of the makeshift items, which can honestly really spruce them up. To switch up the color, you will need to craft a modification bench, which honestly is a really cute item on its own. The recipe for this can be obtained from Tish's Guild store. Then you will need to purchase modification kits from the cash register at her shop for 100 gold each. Different furniture items will require different numbers of kits, so either stock up or check first how many you will need. You can preview what each item will look like in the different colorways before committing, so this is a really simple way to make the different furniture sets fit more with your personal preferences. Also, if you change the color and you do change your mind about it, you can change it back to the default color without using extra kits. Now, a big tip that will apply to every item you place in your design is to be creative and flexible with how you place it, especially if you're used to playing games that have more restrictions in their design mechanics. Throw that all out the window and start designing with an open mind. While you can use a very detailed grid to align things precisely, you can also completely deactivate this grid by pressing Z while in decor mode, which is opened and closed using the control key. There are also many degrees of rotation for items, so get creative by placing things on angles instead of aligning everything directly to the walls. You can also stack many of the items on top of each other, so don't be afraid to try. You can place items on benches, stools, chests, shelves, and more, so this is a great way to effectively design with smaller clutter items, some of which can even be placed inside other items, like this candle and candle holder, for example. You can also rotate shelves and wall decor, so this is another way to get creative with your design. And if you're having troubles reaching high places, do what you would in real life. Grab a stool to get some extra height and get back to designing. Basically, just play around with the flexibility we've been given and see what you can come up with. Finally, today I'm going to give you some tips for an area of the design elements that I find to currently be lacking, although I'm more than certain it will be improved upon in the future. So right now, there is only one type of fencing and no paths, but I have some suggestions for you to still personalize your space. Starting off with fences, you can actually place the one fence type we have in a variety of different ways. You can place the fence posts at different distances from one another, you can stagger them, or even layer them to make the fence double the thickness. So play around with this and get creative if you'd like to incorporate it into your design. You could also create borders on your plot with different items instead of fencing, like trees or planters, for example, to mimic the idea of a fence. As for paths, well, technically there are none, so here are a few suggestions. The first is that you could use rugs and floor mats purchased from the black market as floor tiles in place of a path. Now, this could get expensive and would require buying multiple of each item if you want them to match, but they can be placed outside and do look quite nice, so it is an option. There is also one craftable floor item in the Ravenwood set that looks lovely and can be customized into different colors, so you could craft multiple of these to use as well. The other idea, which will require some sacrifice, is to actually use some of your garden plots to create a dirt path. Now, I say sacrifice because we are currently limited to just 9 plots on our land, and gardening is pretty important. So to sacrifice plots for pathing might not be the best option for your overall gameplay, but it's an idea for design, and I do think it looks really nice for the time being. But again, my friends, I'm sure the team will ultimately add more fence types and some pathing, so in the future we will have more to work with. These are just some ideas for the meantime. Well, there you have it, friends. And who am I kidding? That was way more than 10 tips. So I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know down in the comments which of these tips helped you the most, which items are your favorite to incorporate in your design, anything and everything. You know I always love hearing from you. Please give the video a like if you are so excited to get working on your dream home in Palia. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And until next time, take care. And a very special thanks to Meredith, Formodus, Tansy, Cisco, Cheese, Divine Raven, Blossom, Paul, Jack, Danny, Starry Days, Kimmy, Dream, Becca, Kayla, Isenal, Wolf, Bumble, Salem, Zaries, Anime Lover, Ember, Lawrence, and Fabiola, my beautiful Sunstone members. I love you all very much, and thank you so much for the extra support on the channel, which really helps to make all that I do possible. It means the world to me.